Hey friends, Tri-Glider HD here once again after a long layoff, and before it gets too dark I'm going to take a quick cruise and share 4 things that you should consider before buying a Harley-Davidson Trike or Tri-Glide Ultra. Let's get it rolling. So consideration number 1 is actually the difference in handling, especially if you're going from a motorcycle to a trike. Right, the difference is not subtle, although the controls are similar, and you have to clutch, you have to brake, so on and so forth. They are 2 completely different animals. For instance, on the trike there's no need for counter steering, and in fact that's one of the things that throws motorcycle riders off once they do jump on a trike, and that's probably one of the most I would say lengthy transitions. Another thing to consider with the handling is also the force on the body. As you're taking curves, there's just this different feeling because you are not counter steering, you are steering into the curve. The force on your body makes you feel like you're almost getting pushed away or to the side. This once again goes away after you get used to the ride, but it is something that you have to consider when making that transition. Moving right along, consideration number 2 is the difference in fuel efficiency. The Harley-Davidson Trike is well over 1,200 pounds when loaded, and comparing that, and I'll compare the Tri-Glide Ultra to the Ultra Limited because they both have full fairing with the lower fairings. The Ultra Limited weighs in at around 920 pounds, so just the weight difference alone plays a huge part in that. In my research and also in my personal experience, I've heard that trikes are getting anywhere from 30 to 36 miles per gallon, and Ultra Limiteds are getting anywhere from about 34 or so up to the 42 miles per gallon in perfect conditions. So there's the difference, and you could just about imagine going down to the Road Glide and the Street Glide, so on and so forth, because those all drop in weight as you go, and they all have similar motors or the same motors for the most part. It's too dark here. We'll move on to consideration number 3, and that is actually the price difference. Now, for the 2024 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide Ultra, the starting price on those bad boys is pretty close to $40,000. In fact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's just under $38,000, and that's starting. That is the base on the Harley-Davidson website, and I'll post that somewhere on the screen here just to make sure that I'm accurate. Compared to the Ultra Limited, which is somewhere around $33,000 or $34,000 base price. Once again, I'm comparing the Tri-Glide Ultra and the Ultra Limited because they both have the fairings, they have the tour packs, and they are both probably the most roadworthy bikes and trikes that Harley has to offer. Perfect timing here, heading into the city at the end of the rainbow, St. John, North Dakota, a stone's throw away from the Canadian border actually. And that's the perfect time to share the 4th and final consideration before you go out there and purchase a Harley-Davidson Trike or Tri-Glide Ultra. So consideration number 4 is actually the ride quality. Now, the trikes are comfortable as all get up if you have the suspension adjusted appropriately, and I would say even if you have upgraded suspension of some sort. For instance, I have Legend Suspension's lift kit on mine, and then I also have my adjustable shock set perfectly for me as a rider. Now, I've heard a lot of complaints from people that haven't quite figured out their personal settings, and that is an issue, especially if you go out and say you test ride one at the Harley shop or you test drive a friend's trike. That's going to throw you off. You have to make sure to adjust these things appropriately, otherwise they will seem you know, pretty bumpy on roads, just because of the extra tire in the back and the extra wide wheelbase compared to, say, the Street Glides, Road Glides, so on and so forth, right? Just less surface to hit, really. But aside from that, there is a plus side to that. It is more stable on the rear end, especially whenever you have a rider. It's just, there's more stability, but there is a huge difference in that, especially if you're riding by yourself. So there you have it, friends. 4 things that you need to consider before going out there and buying a Harley-Davidson Trike or Tri-Glide Ultra. And as usual, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and then smash that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.